When Elias Brodberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID, and he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
Do you like to touch it?
Yeah. Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all in the chip. So I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks.
Exactly.
So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to first lift my chip and people log me in, and from there I get access to the fridge.
Popular TV shows like Black Mirror have imagined chips as part of a dystopian future. Install in-grain procedure with local anesthetic and you're good to go.
So
in Sweden, the microchips are already here. The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards, which have made cash pretty much obsolete in Sweden. No cash. At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge, merging their hands with this new technology.
I thought it would be fun, right?
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete. As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
but even in this nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped.
Feel less human. I will feel like a robot. I think, it's so much more data can go into this, when it's in your body.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped, but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5,000 and 10,000.
In the future, do you think everyone is going to be chipped?
I think it will be voluntary, but I am certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under their skin.
Human microchipping may be our future, but in Sweden, it's already reality.
On va s'implanter, ce sera quand ça?
Certainement dans les 10 années à venir. Et d'abord, on va les implanter dans nos vêtements, c'est-à-dire wearables, comme on le dit. Et après, on pourrait s'imaginer qu'on les implante dans nos cerveaux ou dans notre peau. Et à la fin, peut-être il y a une communication directe entre notre cerveau et le monde digital. Ce que nous voyons, c'est une sorte de fusion du monde physique, digital et biologique.
All right, I want to start out by saying Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yaharashai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yaharashai. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yaharashai. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yaharashai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that told me this doctrine in truth and sincerity. Shalom to elect. The Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, which means he is or he exists. Ba'ashim, in the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We know his name to be Yaharashai, which means he is the deliverer. He is the savior for the Hebrew Israelites from the pedigree of your father. Ba'ashim, in the name of the Ruach HaKodesh, which means the Holy Spirit, that's able to give us the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who we are, which are the true Hebrew Israelites. If you're so-called Negro, so-called Latino, so-called Native American, or of the speckled bird looking like the other nations, and your spirit bear witness with this doctrine that we are the children of the Most High, of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, then you could be one elect. Shalom, we've been discontinued from our heritage because we went off following after false gods and false idols, not following the law, statutes, commandments that was given to us by our forefathers. And because of those offenses, we were sent into captivity. Okay? But through Yahawashi HaMashiach, being that perfect lamb, being that perfect sacrifice to Yahweh, that he would be able to get the understanding of the scriptures and be able to open up the seals, okay, the seals of the book, to be able to give the understanding to the prophets and the disciples, to be able to give the understanding to the men that are here today, okay? Starting with Abba Bivens in about 1969, 1970, which is a great awakening, to the One West camps, to the camps that you see today, starting with the head apostles at Great Millstone and the men on down that are preaching what the testimony of Yahawashi. okay, which is the spirit of what? Prophecy. Prophecy means what? To say before, okay? And that's what's going on right now, is what the prophets were speaking about. And, over 20 years ago, starting again with the apostles at Great Millstone, when they first came on the scene, far as on the internet, far as on YouTube in 2007, what were they speaking about? They were speaking about this right here. Okay, this charagma, which is a graven image in your forehead or in your hand, which is something that's physical. And what you're seeing right now is the elites, which is Esau, Edom, okay, that are in control of this world, which is the white man of this world, the self-proclaimed white man, okay, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Warburgs, the ones that are trying to bring in their New World Order, the Novus Ordo Seclorum, okay, which is on the back of your dollar bill, which means the New World Order, okay, El Plumos Unum, which means one of many. They're trying to bring all these different nations to come to conspire against what thy hidden ones, which are the Hebrew Israelites, okay, because they think that they're going to be able to have a continuation of their city, okay, of their rulership, but that we know through the scriptures that it's all going to go to naught, okay, and with them bringing these devices to the scene, their technology. Because in Daniel 12:4, it speaks about that knowledge shall be increased. And so as their technology increased on the left-hand side, okay, with their science, knowledge increased on the right-hand side as far as the understanding of the scriptures. And what we're seeing is this is the latter days, according to Measure the Time Diligently, that they would come in, start to be draconian, and they would come in like a flood to implement, again, their New World Order, to have everyone charagma'd up, their one world religion. Okay, their religion is you worshiping the beast, their beast system, you worshiping them. Okay, you will own nothing and be happy for what? To be able to what? Buy and sell, to be able to be a slave in their society. And if you're not if you don't take that device, okay, that they have, which is implemented under your skin, then you won't be a part of their city, their smart cities, okay? But Yahweh Shem Shai has 7,000 men that won't bow down to the image of Baal. Okay, because that's one of the number one reasons why we're in this low state, because what we were worshiping other gods, and the Lord is what? Visiting this place. Let me get a scripture real quick. Visiting this place, those that hate him. Okay, because again, we were worshiping these other heathen gods, following after Christianity, Serapis Christi, Jesus Christ, Caesar Borgia. All these different images are pale-faced images. Also worshiping fish and Buddhism and all these different things. And they're all false philosophies, right? And the Lord told us not to do that. This is Exodus 20:1. I'm going to start from 2. We'll go down to 5. Let me just highlight it real quick. This is Exodus 20:2. I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Okay, and this is spiritually Egypt. Okay, it speaks about that in Revelation 11:8. That this is spiritually Egypt and Sodom, because you have the same abominations. That's why they have the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill. Okay, showing you that this is Egypt all over. And then you have what in Las Vegas? Okay, you have the pyramids, and also what in Memphis, right? Exodus 20:3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Yeah, so you shouldn't have any other gods before you. There's only one God. Okay, and it only has one name. Okay, and he brought his son forth to be able to what? Pardon sins for what? His elect. 4. Thou shalt make unto thee any graven image or likeness of anything that is in heaven above, that is in earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I am Yahweh thy power. I am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third, fourth generation of them that hate me. Okay? And that's what the Lord told us not to do. Okay? Worship these other gods. Stop chasing after a bag. Stop chasing after a woman, and follow Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? And the Lord's going to be able to what? Redeem you. To be able to pardon your sins. He's going to be able to put that hedge around you, from these certain things that are about to happen, which are the parallels, which are famine, tribulation, strife, calamity. Because even if you bow down to their beast system, that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to eat. It doesn't mean that you're going to be able to drink, because it also speaks about never trust thine enemy, for like iron is rusted, so is his wickedness. Okay, and with these images that he's putting out there, as far as to have what that device under you, that's the worship, that's idol worship. Okay, And the Lord, again, told us not to do that. But he's going to force people to what? Buy and sell. Okay? And so I did a video about this pretty much yesterday, but I want to bring out some more information, you know, as far as on what they're actually doing, because it's all over. It's all over the news. As you saw, that was on NBC. Okay, it's all over TikTok, all over Twitter, okay, Instagram. So you're seeing, but only the elect's gonna not bow down to that. This is Revelation 13 and 16. I'll get right to the point. It says, and he called. Let me start from 11 and I'm going to go down. Revelation 13 and 11, I'm skipping around. Revelation 13 and 11, and he behold another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. Okay, those horns symbolize power. The two symbolize the Democrat and the Republican. Okay, and that goes back to Rome, the plebeian and the patrician. This is Rome 2.0. This is nothing but an extension of Rome. You see all the obelisks. You see all the legislation. The House and the Senate, those all go back to what these Edomites, okay? It goes back to Rome. Okay, that lamb, they're trying to give you an alternative, saying that, hey, this can be able to help you, just trust in us, and then you can be able to eat, your kids can be able to eat, you can be able to live in these smart cities and connected to this technology, okay? And now they're starting to, again, speak, instead of speaking through their legislation, their House and their Senate, okay, they're speaking like a dragon, because they also passed a HR executive or HR, I forgot exactly the number, a dictatorship for what the president, where he can be able to come into your house, okay, legally, and do what the dictatorship is where they can be able to, the military, let me say this correctly, the military can be able to legally execute you and take you out of your homes, okay? And so there's a couple different legislations that I'm going to bring out that they pass that are going to affect the time that we're in right now, okay? And so with them speaking like a dragon, these are what unrighteous decrees. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievances which they have prescribed. Okay, they have prescribed these in these think tanks. Okay, these Bilderberg meetings. Okay, these WEF meetings, these Davos meetings. Okay, they have brought these to be able to conspire against the people and wage war on the people and ultimately be able to control them. As cyborgs, okay? And if you don't comply, it's a get down or lay down mentality, okay? This is Daniel 7 and 25. Daniel 7 and 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. And that's what they're doing. They're speaking great words, saying, hey, we're going to heal you if you have cerebral palsy. We're going to heal you if you can't see or you can't speak through what our technology, our science, which science means gonos, okay, in the Greek, which means what? To know. And they don't know what they're doing because these technologies start to grow over your body and they create they create all sorts of things that are not good for your body, right? It says, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, okay? And aren't they wearing out the saints of the Most High? You have the barium, aluminum in the air. You have the GMO foods. You have the constant vexation of spirit. You have the water with fluoride, okay? You have these the bug out women, okay? You have these jobs that don't pay anything, okay? It says, and think to change times and laws that shall be given into his hand into the time and the times and dividing the time. So yeah, they had a thing called the daylight savings times, and they're not even doing that anymore, okay? Which was nothing but BS, right? But they're changing their constitution, their amendments, so they can be able to conspire on the people, which conspire, okay, or which conspiracy means two or more gathered together to do wickedness, and that's what they're doing. And these are not conspiracy theories; these are conspiracy facts, okay, that are actually going on. Okay, they're actually implementing a structure, a central banking digital currency, okay, where they can be able to control it by a blockchain. And it brings out a totalitarianism society where they can be able to control everything. And again, if you don't comply, then you will be cut off from society. Okay. And this is what? Through their policy. Daniel's 8:25. Okay, now this happened before, but it's happening again. Okay, what was written for our foretime was written for our learning. Okay, and again, there's nothing new under the sun. Daniel's 8:25, and through his policy, he had, it says, and through his, and actually, Daniel 8:25, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Okay, and who is this? The person that's in control, right, is Esau Edom, okay, which is the wicked, right? Which he, Genesis 27:39, Isaac gave Esau a great sword, and he gave him the fatness of the earth, which is all the resources to be able to bring out wickedness on the earth. Okay, Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat therein to take peace from the earth, and they shall kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Okay, that red symbolizes what? Edom. Okay, which symbolizes in the Hebrew Adawan, which means red. Going back to Cain, when he killed his brother Abel, he was cursed with leprosy, to be translucent, where his blood shows through. Okay, that's how we know who he is. He's the true red man. Okay, he's not white. Okay, and we're not black. White and black are just a false social construct that they put out there to be able to demonize us. Okay, because white means pure, and there's nothing pure about them. They are what? The wicked. They are what? The shadow of death. Okay, and black means void of light. Okay, and we're actually the Israelites. Okay, you so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans. We're actually, what nation is so high above, that is so nigh to Yahweh Shem Shai? We are the saints that it speaks about in the scriptures. This is not written for anybody else, but they have deceived us through what? Again, through deception, through their lies, okay, through their iconoclasm, right? But now they're all being exposed. They're being made bare for the wicked that they are, and that's all through what? Prophecy. This is Sirach 39:1, which is through this word. This word is Yahawashi. Yahawashi is prophecy, okay? Bringing forth the kingdom. Because when Matthew 10:5, it speaks about, Yahawashi spoke to the disciples and told them, go to the lost sheep of Israel and tell them what the kingdom is at hand, okay? And the kingdom is at hand. We're in the twilights. We're in the end of what Esau Edom's rulership, and the transition being put towards Yahawashi, or being, the King of Kings, Lords of Hosts. Right, far as rulership, Yahawashi is already on the right hand side of Yahweh, okay. But it's gonna be as it is in heaven. It's gonna be on earth, okay. After what? The destruction. This is Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. What did the Lord say? He said, occupy till I come. What does that mean? Pushing forth this word, doing these epistles, going on the highways and the byways, showing brotherly love, prayer without ceasing, okay, fasting, meditating on the kingdom, okay. You should be thinking about the kingdom, thinking about how Esau Edom is going to be put down, okay? When you read these scriptures, you got to visualize, Apostle Gabar always says that you got to visualize ultimately the destruction. Visualize the Lord, giving us food, in the time of, the time of adversity, okay? When Jacob's trouble really elevates. We're in Jacob's trouble right now, but it's going to elevate. Okay, and praying that the Lord be able to intervene in the hour of temptation when they offer up that charagma. Okay, it says, 2, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and there were subtle parables. He will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of the grave sentences and be cognizant in the dark parables. Okay, so the elect is going to be always searching for the truth. They're always going to be studying. Study that, show thyself, improve. They're not going to be be in that slothful nature. Okay, they're going to put on as the elect. Sirach 39:6, when the great Lord Yahweh Shem Shai he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out the wise sentences and give thanks to Yahweh Shem Shai in his prayer. Okay, because the Lord Yahweh Shai has given us the breath of life, to be able to give us the understanding. The brother from GMS Deviant, I think, or Deviant. The brother, he's the lead over there in Atlanta. But he did a beautiful lesson of giving thanks to Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay. And how he's, be thankful for that. He put that spirit on you to be able to have the understanding that he opened the seals of the book. Okay. So all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai, right? It says, 7, he shall direct his counsel and knowledge and secrets and shall meditate. So the Lord's directing what? His counsel. Who's his counsel? Starting with the head apostles at Great Millstone and the men on down that are pushing forth this prophecy. Okay, we believe that those are that the Lord's supping with them. Okay, and we're following Yahweh Shai by him showing us men that are doing what the elect would be doing in this time. Okay, and it's all faith based. You have to believe. Okay. And the Lord, again, gave you that understanding. He quickened you and gave you that breath to be able to have the understanding. So this is 19. And I'm going to skip around. It says 19, the works of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes. So the Lord is on both sides. He creates both sides of the spectrum. Okay. There's nothing hid. This devil thinks that he's coming up with some new technology. The Lord gave him that technology. The Lord gave the understanding. And that's what I'm building up to, as far as in this lesson. Isaiah 45:7, I form the light. Who's that? That's Yahweh. Yahweh forms the light. He creates what the truth. Okay. He also creates darkness. What is darkness? Confusion. That's Esau, Edom. I make peace. Who's the peacemaker? Yahweh Shai. I create evil. Yeah, so the Lord creates these evil times. That's why it's important to kiss thy son, unless he be mad and catch you in your activities. Okay, and that's a kiss means what? That's a sign of respect. That's a sign of being loyal to Yahweh Shai, and being remorseful and being contrite and having respect. Okay, which this world doesn't have no respect for nobody. Okay. But that's coming back to order as far as starting with the men that have this truth. I will make peace. I create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. So the Lord does all these things. Okay? He creates good. He creates evil. Romans 9 speaks about that. The vessel to honor, which is the tabernacle of David. Also the vessel to dishonor, which is Esau, Edom. Okay? This is Sirach 39:19, the works of the flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes. So again, the potter is Yahweh, and he created these vessels that were in celestial bodies. He created everything. He gave the order to Yahweh Shai, which is his son. Then Yahweh Shai gave the order to the Elohim, which would be the first fruits, okay, to be able to create everything that you see today. Sirach 39:20, he seeth from everlasting to everlasting. There is nothing wonderful before him. Okay, there's nothing that he hasn't seen. He's omnipotent. Okay, so skipping down to 24 through 28. This is Sirach 39:24. It says, and this is in the Apocrypha, right? As his ways are plain unto the holy. Yeah, his ways are plain to the holy. Who are the holy? That's going to be the elect. Okay, they're separated from this world. They're not part of this world. That's why it speaks about love not the world or the things in it. That's why if you're in this truth, you're going to be persecuted for the truth. Okay, that's a blessing. Okay, the brother Yahweh the Maccabees did a beautiful lesson. He was speaking about that. If you're not getting persecuted, then you probably not are the elect. Okay, because you have to be persecuted just like Yahweh Shai was. As it speaks about in John, his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. Yeah, so stumbling blocks are not getting this truth. The mockers and the scoffers. Okay, that rock of offense, which Yahweh Shai was an offense to 2/3 of our people. Okay, they didn't accept Yahweh Shai. Okay, we got the most hate, from our own people. Okay, which is the same today, right? And the stumbling block is going to be that charagma. Those that don't believe that it is what it is, it's gonna creep on them unaware, right? Sirach 39. Well, because the Lord has given them slumber eyes. It speaks about that in Romans 7. Only the elect is going to be able to attain this truth, this understanding, and those are going to be the only ones that are not going to bow down to the beast in the time of adversity. 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. It says the principal things for those use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and blood of grape, and oil and clothing. Okay? And what are they doing right now? What is Esau Edom doing? What is the wicked doing right now? They're poisoning the water with mercury. Okay? They're creating these different fires with these droughts, because when you don't have water to put on the pastures, put on the grass, okay, what does it do? It creates these fires, as you see over here in California. Okay, iron is very important to your body, okay, because if you don't have iron, you start to feel weak. Okay, salt is also very important for the body. And what are they doing? They're taking away the food and the bread and the water. Okay, if you can't buy and sell, okay, then you're not going to be able to get these certain resources, flour and wheat. So that goes into obviously your bread. Okay, they're cutting off that Isaiah 3:1. They're cutting off that bread and water. Okay, all the essentials to what life, right? Showing you that this is the devil that came to take peace from the earth. Revelation 6:4, which is the white man of today. Honey and milk, and the blood of the grape, and the oil and the clothing. So they're taking away all these things if you don't bow down to their device. And this is when a lot of people are going to go down to the Egyptian for help. Okay, but the Egyptian, they only help in vain, right? Isaiah 30:10. It says 27, all these things are good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. Okay, to the sinners, those that are going to bow down to that vice, they're turned to evil, which means bad times. Which means if you take that device, what's going to happen is you're not going to have no rest nor day or night. Okay, it speaks about that in Sirach 28. Okay, 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury layer on sore strokes, and at the time of destruction they pour out the force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Okay, so we already spoke about that. Who made good? Okay, Yahweh, right? Who made bad? Yahweh. Okay, shall there be trouble in the city and he not done it, or he not known of it? The Lord knows all, as I read earlier in Sirach 39:24. Okay, and those spirits created for vengeance is Esau Edom coming with his device. And those that have the device, or those that took the hot sauce, okay, they're going to be acting like zombies, okay, because they're going to be connected to the smart cities, and now Esau Edom has control of you, right? And what we're supposed to do as prophets, as believers, is watch as well as pray, because the kingdom is at hand. Let me get that scripture. Luke 21:34, it says, and take heed to yourself. Yeah, I want to read this in the NLT. It says, watch out. Don't let your hearts be dulled by carousing and drunkenness and by the worries of this life. Don't let that day catch you unaware. What's that day? When Esau comes in like a madman spirit nun, comes to bring people to these internment camps. Okay, that's why you always got to watch what they're doing, through their legislation. Like a trap, for that day will I come upon everyone living on the earth. And that's why it speaks about Sirach 5:7. It speaks about make no tarrying to the Lord. Also 2 Ezra 14:14, where it speaks about put off these mortal thoughts. Okay, don't worry about what your woman doing. Don't worry about what the job's doing. Now we know that we have to make our daily bread. Okay, but the Lord is testing us. That child testimony. Hardening our hearts from the things of this world, because the things of this world are nothing but vanity. 36, keep alert at all times. Yeah, so at all times. Okay, and pray that you might be strong enough to escape these coming horrors and stand before the Son of Man. Yeah, to stand before Yahweh Shai, to be accounted worthy, to have that white robe on, to be bid to the marriage, to be lifted up in those chariots, to be saved in the hour of temptation. Okay. And to give our people warning before the sudden destruction comes. Ezekiel 3:17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman. Okay, the watchmen are going to be the prophets, right? Prophets, giving you warning, standing upon that tower, which is a symbolism of the tower, is the internet, okay? Standing upon that internet and giving our people warning through these epistles, Okay, sending out the warning. Son of man, I made thee a watchman to the house of Israel. Okay, it doesn't say the house of the Edomites, the house of the Moabites. No, the house of Israel. This is only for Israel. I had a guy on the comment board say, "Can white people make it?" Okay, no, right? Only if you're an Israelite. Okay, and it's not doesn't go back into if you're white or black. I already said that that's a false social construct that Esau Edom put in there. It's if your spirit bear witness with this. If your spirit bear witness that we are the children of the Most High, of Yahweh Shem Shai, then you could be one of the elect. Okay, your spirit has to bear witness with this doctrine. Okay, it's not about how if you're black, white, Chinese. It's not about that, because we know that we were spread across the four corners of the earth in the diaspora. Okay, that we were going to look like the other nations. That's why it says the speckled bird. Okay, Hosea 8:8, Deuteronomy 28:64. Okay. And also speaks about in Jeremiah the speckled bird. Okay, this is if you're 1 John 4:1. Those are the scriptures that I sent back to that demon. I knew it was nothing but a mocker, but the Lord is always, sharpening up your sword, as far as these certain scriptures, right? So it says, into the house of Israel, therefore I will hear the word at my mouth, and I will give them warning from me. Yeah. So whenever you receive a message from me, warn people immediately. So when you see something that's going on that Esau Edom's put forth, like this 14067, okay, legislation act, also 4310, which is the National Defense Act, you're supposed to give your people warning about what's about to happen and let them know, like, okay, they have this, they have that. Okay, that's what this is about right here. Okay, make your call and election sure. Ezekiel 3:19. Yet if thou warn thy wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from the wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. And that's what it's all about. Making your call and election sure, far as doing the work, standing on faith, standing on Yahweh Shem Shai, standing upon that tower, standing upon that rock. Okay, because again, there's nothing else in this world. Everything, I was just meditating on that yesterday. There's nothing in this world that's greater than this wisdom. Okay? That's given to us from Yahweh Shem Shai. And wisdom to what? Know who the beast is. This is Wisdom of Solomon 8:4. Wisdom of Solomon 8:4. For she is wisdom, is privy to the mysteries of knowledge of Yahweh, and the lover of her works. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? Okay, and who was given all wisdom? Yahweh Shai. Okay, and he's given what? The mysteries to what? His servants, the prophets, to be able to what? Give you the understanding of what this devil is about to do. This is 2 Corinthians, Second Ezra 8:61. 2 Ezra 8:61, and therefore is my judgment now at hand. So the judgment is bringing forth. That black horse is starting to come out, far as with the balance scales, far as judging righteous and judging wickedness. Okay, it says, and his hand is what? Yahweh Shai. These things I have not showed unto all men. So everyone in the world doesn't know this. Only the elect's going to attain the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay, and the elect is only people that are actually going to be able to endure to the end. These things I have not showed unto all men, but unto thee, and few like thee. And then answered I and said, Behold, Yahweh Shem Shai, now hast thou showed me the multitude of wonders, which thou wilt begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not showed me. Okay, so again, watch as well as praying, measuring the time diligently through what? The scriptures. Okay, because what are those going to be? Those great wonders, the chariots coming to save the elect. Okay, Esau Edom being put down, these mass death. Okay, these hypersonic missiles flying back and forth. The Lord, giving food to his elect. Okay, let me read this again. 62. These things I have not showed unto all men, but unto thee, and few like thee. And they answered, and I said, Behold, Yahweh Shem Shai, thou now hast showed me the multitude of wonders, which thou would begin to do in the last times. We're in those last times right now. We're in the twilight of Esau Edom's kingdom, him being put down. But that's why he's speaking draconian, because he knows that he has but a short time. But at what time thou hast not showed me? So we're in those times right now that Ezra was, inquiring about. Okay, what? Through this wisdom. Let's get a couple scriptures. This is Amos 3:7. Amos 3:7, surely the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai would do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto the servants, the prophets. Okay? Reveal it to what? The prophets. The prophets are what? Those watchmen. And then they're able to what? Give the warning to what? To those fruits. Okay? And then the list, and it goes on and on. Okay? We all work off each other, right? We're all supposed to be what? One body, right? Let's get another one. Matthew 13. Because again, these mysteries are not given to everybody. Matthew 13:11, and answered and said unto them, because it was given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Yep, so it's not given to everybody. Okay, that's why it speaks about Matthew 13:16. But blessed are your eyes, for you see, and your ears, for you hear. Okay, you see what? The vision of the judgments about to happen to this place. You see that they have the devices that are coming out. You're not in darkness. You don't have slumber eyes. Your ears, you hear, so you can be able to have the understanding on what you're supposed to be doing in this time. Okay, that is a blessing. That is what 2 Corinthians 4:7. 2 Corinthians 4:7. But we have, it says, but we have this treasure in earthly vessels, that excellency of the power may be. Let me actually get I'm going to skip down to that, but let's get this first. 2 Corinthians 4:3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. Okay? That are lost in what? The sauce. They're going to be lost in what? That charagma juice. That charagma device. Okay? Which is an implant in your forehead and your hand. For in whom the God of this world, or who's the God of this world? Esau, Edom. Okay? The white man. Right? Have blinded the minds of them which believe not. Okay, yeah, blinded their minds with their legislation, saying everything's all good. We're not in recession. You know, we're not waging war on the people. We're just fixing up holes in the gate down there in Mexico. We're not doing a siege on you. We're not burning down all the food plants. Okay, we're not paying these farmers to not grow crops. We're not spraying HARP all around, creating these floods, creating these mercury in the water. We're not doing that. Okay, again, that's 2/3 of our people. They're blinded, right? They're in that merged spirit, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light, right? The light is the truth of the glorious gospel of a Mashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. Shine unto who? The elect. Okay, skipping down. And what? Those earthly vessels. 2 Corinthians 4:7. But we have this treasure, okay, is a treasure to have fear of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's going to be what? Let me get a scripture. That's going to give us stability in these times. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of thy salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Okay, it is the treasure to what? Fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That is the ultimate treasure, what? In earthly vessels, right? 2 Corinthians 4:7. But we have his treasure in earthly vessels, and the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh and not of us. Okay, so this is all of Yahweh Shema Shai giving us that breath. That's why Ephesians 2:8 speaks about no man should boast of his works, because Yahweh Shema Shai is the one that's giving you your measure, whatever that your measure is. But you got to do something. Okay, you can't be slothful in the business of Yahweh Shema Shai, or he'll fire you. 2 Corinthians 4:8. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Okay? Because we have this wisdom. We have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of what the scriptures. So now we're persecuted on every side, far as it's going to escalate, far as, they're cutting down these food stores. Okay, the water is being poisoned. Okay, people are starting to turn on each other. Okay, but the Lord is what? With us. Okay, because we are what? Those bodies. Okay, it says, let me get 10. It says, always bearing about the body of dying of Yahawashi, that the life also of Yahawashi might be manifest in our body. And that's Yahawashi is manifest in our body, because he knows what we're able, what we have to go through. Okay, because he's giving us that breath, and he's putting that hedge around us, because everything that's going on is what temporal. It's a light affliction. 2 Corinthians 4:17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and external weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. So again, Yahweh Shem Shai giving us this understanding Okay, this is for eternity. This is the issues of life. While the devil is trying to give you what death through what his technology. Okay, let's get another scripture, because what the vilest, the world was given to what the vilest men. Okay, so anybody that's being wicked is what exalted to a high stance, but the meek and the lowly haven't been exalted, because why Yahawashi hasn't been exalted, far as he hasn't been glorified. Psalms 12:8, the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men exalted. So they're walking on every side because they have their army. Okay, but our army is also here too, but it's yet for a appointed time. Okay, our army is what in the sky with the chariots. Our army is those exceedingly renowned men that are sitting on the highways and the byways, pushing forth the prophecies. Okay, and they're being exalted far as in the spirit. Okay, but this devil in this world is exalted as he's a good man, but he's nothing but a vile man. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. Okay, and we're fighting what? Good against evil. Okay, ultimately they're bringing the kingdom of Yahweh Shemashai, which would be the righteous. This is Psalms 31:13. For I have heard the slander of many. Fear was on every side while thou took counsel against me. They devised to take away my life. And that's what they're going to be doing. They're conspiring to take away your life if you don't comply to what these mandates, right? But I trusted in thee, O Yahweh, and said, thou art my power, Yahweh. My times are at hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and from them that persecute me. Okay, who's going to be persecuting us? Our own household is going to be persecuting us if we don't bow down to this beast system. Okay, this whole world, there's only a few. It says there's only a few, 144,000 in the commonwealth believers that are going to be able to have this wisdom to not bow down to the beast system. 16, make thy face shine upon thy servant. Save me from the mercy's sake. So we're praying that the Lord shines on us. His face shines upon us, because Cain, going back to Genesis 4:14, he doesn't have the understanding of the scriptures. Okay, and that's referring to what the face shining on you. When the face is shining, when Yahweh Shemashai's face is shining on you, you have the understanding, you have the hedge. Okay, you have that wisdom. Right? 17, let me not be ashamed, O Yahweh, for I have called upon thee. Let the wicked be ashamed, and let they be silent in their grave. Yep, and that's what they're going to get. Worms and dung. Psalms 31:18, it says, let their lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. And that's what they're going to be doing, speaking very arrogantly. They're going to be demonizing us, calling us extremists. Okay, and I'm going to bring it out through, as far as these laws that they're passing, this legislation. Okay, so now I want to read this, because this is what we're speaking about, right? So I had to bring out all that just to bring it in perspective. This is a gift, to have these mysteries, okay, to have prophecy, right? So Revelation 13:16, he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, okay? And this is the reason why we say charagma, because they're going to start to cut down the videos, as far as, this, what they're trying to do. And so I just do it for edification, because this is what they're trying to do, as far as right here. So this is the Greek word.
Strong's G 5480, charagma.
Okay, that's the Greek 5480. So that's the reason why we say a charagma instead of Mark. Okay, trying to so we don't have them catch it on there. Again, that's another mysteries. Okay, that's just speaking in parables, right? So this is a stamp imprinted mark, a mark stamped on the forehead or in the right hand of the badge of the followers of Anti-Hamashiach. And we know, speaks about that in John, that I think it's 1 John 2, where it speaks about there's many anti-Hamashiachs in this world, and anybody that is opposed to this word is an anti-Hamashiach. Okay, and they want it in your forehead or in your hand, and it's something that's physical. They want it under your skin. It says a mark branded upon horses. Yeah, so they want to brand you like you are cattle. They call you goyim, okay, which means other nations, but they say like you are worthless eaters, right? Things carved, a sculpture, graven work. So what is the carving? They want to carve into your body, okay, as nails fastened, sticking Sirach 27 and 2. So that charagma is the device, right? The charax, which is in the Greek 5482.
Strong's G 5482. Charax.
Right? So a pail or a stake, a palisade, okay? And that's the, let me see, I think I have something set up. So this is, let's see. Yeah, so right here. Okay, so that would be what the charax, right? That would be the charax, how they implement it in. That would be what the charagma right there, okay? All right, so going back. So the charax, a pail or a stake palisade. So I showed you what that is, as far as that's the instrument of the churro. So Greek 1125.
Strong's G 1125. Grapho.
Okay.
Grapho.
Okay. To write with reference to form of letters. Okay. To what? Store information. They can be able to store information on this, like what? Your social credit system. Okay. Your carbon footprint. Your driver's license. Who you hang out with. How much that you eat. Okay. So all these things are going to be what? The information. And they're going to what? Graven it into you, what? Physically. Okay, and this is here. So now you have the understanding of that. So let's go back to it. This is Revelation 13 and 16. He calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond. So it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you Jay-Z, Puff Daddy. You got to bow down to this beast image if you want to be a part of this society. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a baby, right? Everybody gets it. He calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, and all around the world. This isn't an ointment sense. Everybody's going to have to do this. As I showed you in the opening video, China is already doing the facial recognition on their forehead. Okay, Sweden already has a lot of the people just going down there to just take it automatically. They're paying for it, right? But this is going to be free. They want you to take this, right? It says free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, physically, and that no man might buy or sell save they had the charagma, or the name of the beast and the number of his name. So again, if you take that, you have the mark of the beast, okay, which is 666. Here is the wisdom, and this is why I brought out all those scriptures about wisdom and understanding what the mysteries, because here is the wisdom. Let him have understanding, count the number of the beast, for is the number of a man, and his number is 603. Okay, Chi Sigma when you go into it, right? And that Chi Sigma is they want to put their brand inside of you, and that will be the brand, and you will be marked as theirs, as their property. Okay, and we're praying that the hopeful elect is going to have that tawa, which is the other mark, which is the tawa, which is in Ezekiel 9 and 4, the mark of exemption. Okay, here is I want to get this word wisdom real quick. Because only only those that have wisdom are not going to bow down to that beast image. So Sophia.
Strong's G 4678. Sophia.
So Greek 4678. Wisdom, broad, full of intelligence, used to knowledge, and very diverse in matters. What's the matter? Edom's coming in like a flood. He wants you to take this device. And if you're full of intelligence, full as the breath of life, then you're going to have the understanding to not do that. Okay? Yeah, the varied knowledge of things human and divine, acquired by the acuteness and experience, and summed up in the maxims and proverbs. Yeah, so the advice, what we should actually do in this time. Okay, that's going to be the wisdom, right? Supreme intelligence, such as belongs to Yahweh. Supreme intelligence. Who's the most supreme? Yahweh. He sent forth Yahawashi. Okay, Yahawashi has been given all power. Matthew 28 and 18. Right? So now we got that. That's wisdom. And wisdom Yahweh only dwells with those that have wisdom. The wisdom of this, the wisdom that the white man has is not wisdom at all. It's ultimately for his judgment. Okay? So now we got that. So we have the understanding of the breakdown right there, right? Revelation 13 through 16 through 18, right? Of what this is. So now, occupied in the meditation thereof, right? The prophecies. this is what they're doing. Let's see. Okay, this was the article. Actually, we're going to go back and forth. Let's see. This is the art. Let's see. Yeah, right here. So I have this set up on Wikipedia. 14067, which is an executive order, right? That Joe Butthead, Pedo Joe passed. It says Executive Order 14067, officially titled Ensuring Responsibility Development of Digital Assets, was signed on March 9th, 2022. 83rd Executive Order signed by the U.S. President Joe Butthead. The telos of the order is develop digital assets in a responsible manner. The executive order addresses the potential national security implications of cryptocurrency, which is the central banking digital currency, CBDC, okay, which is knocking out the petrodollar, the paper dollar, putting in the hands of what digitally, to be digitally in the computer, okay? So they can be able to run it by a blockchain, and that's controlled by these elites. And if you don't comply, it's a get down or lay down mentality. Okay? They can just shut you off. And how they're going to bring this in is through when they said that they're going to have a blackout, or they're going to have these EMP hit. Okay? They can be able to shut down your money, any money that you have in your bank account, just like they did in China, just like they did in Canada. Okay? And then you have to bow down to them for what? Food and bread and water. And that's going to be what? The UBI, which is a universal basic income. You will have a certain amount of money that you can be able to survive, but you have to take this device. Okay? Simple as that. So we got the provisions. It says executive order aims to develop digital assets, policy plan, and organize federal regulators' efforts. Yeah, because Pedo Joe, we're in a national emergency act, which means that all the rights have been given over to to the feds. Okay, so even though they passed that dictator rulership, it's just whatever that the feds want to do, because we know that he's nothing but a puppet, right? It says for these elites, which are the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Warburgs, right? It says the order outlines 5 main goals, which includes protecting consumers, investors, monetary stability, decreasing financial and national security risks. Economic competitiveness and responsible innovation is also asked for more to be done unto developing United States central banking digital currency. Companies in digital asset field will likely see a policy changes in form of regulation and enforcement, but it might not also give the market of participants more clarity. The order instructs federal agencies to conduct a wide assessment of existing policies in digital assets. Okay. The order does not change the way digital assets are governed immediately. Nonetheless, it doesn't change immediately, but it will. It marks the start of process to develop regulatory framework that addresses elements of digital assets to demonstrate the United States acknowledgement of importance of digital assets and blockchain. Blockchain is going to be the government where is controlled on a central place where they can be able to come to any place that you're at and take you out. And if you don't comply, they'll just call you a health risk, right? A global financial system, as well as the intention to remain leader in a global financial system through responsible payment, innovation, and digital asset development. Okay, so that's Executive Order 14067. Okay, that was passed on March 9th. So this is more information on it. It says Biden just put out executive order, cryptocurrencies. Here's everything that's in it. Okay, this was March 9th, 2022, so this was this year, right? U.S. President Joe Biden signed an executive order on Wednesday calling a government to examine risks of benefits of cryptocurrencies. Measures focus on six key areas. Here is the wisdom, Chi Stai Sigma, okay? 6 key areas: consumer protection, financial stability, illicit activity. And what does illicit activity mean, right? Let's just get this word illicit. This means that they don't want you to have if they can't track you, then you can't do it, right? But then they can do whatever they want.
Illicit.
Illicit, forbidden by law, rules, or custom. Who's the law? They are. Okay, but they're able to break all the laws, right? Because they're not in trouble like other men. Activity, U.S. competitiveness, financial inclusion, responsible innovation. The Biden administration also wants to explore digital version of the dollar, right? So again, I read most of it. I just want to get this one part. We're speaking about illicit. So they're coming like they're trying to protect you, but really it's to implement the charagma. Illicit activity, another key area. Biden's executive order focuses on rooting out illegal activity in crypto space. So again, what's the legal activity? They can't track you. They want to be able to track you with a device. Now you get it? They want to track you with that device so they can be able to watch all your payments and who you're with and what you're doing, who you're talking to, all that. They have a God complex, Ezekiel 28:2. The president also called for unprecedented focus of coordinated action from federal agencies in migrating illicit finance and national security risks posed by cryptocurrencies. He's also urging international collaboration on the issue. So again, this goes into an ointment sense. They have what the Great Reset, which is consists of over 100 countries that have consulted together to take away the rights, your sovereignty. Okay, and they can call you a health risk if you don't comply, right? So that's one article. This was another article. This was just on Google when I was looking up the information. I was looking up. It says, this article popped up, right? It says you will own nothing and be happy now, and that goes into what Klaus Schwab said, right? But this is let's see. Yeah, right here. This was something that it was said. It says, if you read this article, this is how things will play out. Privacy is a luxury, so you're going to have to pay for privacy. Okay, that's going to be a luxury, so it means they're going to be watching if you're doing anything with your lady. Okay, owning a home is a luxury. Yeah, so owning your home is going to be a luxury, just like they already make you pay a mortgage or they make you pay property tax, even though you might own the land or you might own it, right? Owning clothes is a luxury. Yeah, so if you're walking around and you're a baller, you want you want the best, you want Gucci, you want Louis, okay, that's going to be a luxury. Raising kids is a luxury. So if you want to have kids, okay, that's going to be a luxury, right? Because as you see in this generation, they don't even want children, right? That's how sick this world is. They don't even want children when the Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. Ownership is dead, and you can see it all around you. Yeah, so you're not going to own anything. Home ownership is declining. Nobody owns a video game or a movie anywhere. It's all streaming. A total household debt is all-time high. The rich are getting richer and poor and getting poorer. So here's exactly what will happen next. Okay, so I want to get something real quick because it was speaking about the children are a luxury. And this is actually in their executive order or one of their 2030 agenda, right? So this 2030 agenda, right? It says, right here, government raised children. And basically our children are raised by the government because they're always on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. They're being raised by this devil. Okay. They a lot of the children, they accept, homosexuality. They accept, gay, man on man, woman on woman, transformers. They accept these things. And then what do they say? They say, well, that's just them. Or, I don't judge. But again, you're supposed to judge these people. Now, you're not supposed to go out and point them out and stuff like that. But again, if you are for righteousness, you're supposed to be against that, right? Okay, so right here, what does it say? Karagmad Society for Purchasing, Travel, Tracking, and Controlling. Right here, what did I say earlier? Universal Basic Income. Also, depopulation control. Okay, how do they depopulate? By pushing forth the pestilence. Okay. The end of the one on the bottom, the end of private farms and grazing livestock. So again, haven't they done that? Bill Gates owns all the farmland. Okay, they're telling people in California, I just saw a thing today that they're not, they're saying, don't water for 15 days or something in September. Right? So I just want to get that. And that 14067, I think it starts in September when they actually implement it, right? So we're close. Let's see right here. This is a man set the record for wearing a brain-computer interface. Implanted devices let people control computers and prosthetic limbs with their minds, but nobody knows how long they last and when they need upgrades. Okay, so now look at this fool. Okay, see, right? And he's praised, again, the vilest man. I read it, and that's why I read that earlier, because I saw this video, Proverbs 12:8, where it speaks about the vilest men are exalted. This guy's exalted because he wears a brain chip on his head, right? It says Nathan Copeland considers himself a cyborg. The 36-year-old has lived with the brain, those 3 6s, right? Lived with the brain-computer interface with more than 7 years. Yeah, so completion, 3 goes into understanding. 7 years, 3 months as of today, August 17th. That's the longest anyone has an implant like this. An extrude array the size of a pencil eraser surgically installed in his motor cortex translates the neural impulses and commands that allow him to control external devices. Of course, that's Satan, but it's all good. We got the point, right? So they're glamorizing this, okay? What China, this is another article that came out today that was just right there on Google before I did this lesson, before I was putting it together. China needs Taiwan's biggest chip maker more than the other way around, okay? Exactly. Why do they need that? Why do they need those charagmas? Because this is in a worldwide sense. That's why America is fighting with China, or why they're beefing, as far as going back with words and things like that. Okay, because again, they want those semiconductors. Taiwan is the number one place that pushes that technology. Okay, Taiwan is more than 90%. Yeah, right here it says right here, Taiwan is more than 90% of manufacturing capacity for the world's most advanced semiconductors, according to 2021 Boston Consulting Group report. Just 10% of TSMC's revenue comes from China, according to the company. I think that real challenges for these companies are still coming from the end demand rather than what's going on geographically or geopolitically. Okay, so that's the center, right, where they make them. Yeah, and Pelosi, the reason why she was over there, because she's doing inside trading, okay, and she owns a lot of companies. Her man is a billionaire, okay, and they own Google. They own parts of Google, okay, and they're engaged in the AI, which is the transhumanism, okay, the AI technology, and they own a lot of companies that are they need those semiconductors, right? Right, so now we got the point. So this is all around. This is August 16th? What is today? Yeah, August 17th? Okay, so this was yesterday. So all this is prophecy. Let's see. Okay, that's kind of going into something else that I had set up. Yeah, so let's get a couple of scriptures. This is Jeremiah 49:10. Jeremiah 49:10, but I have made Esau bare. Who's Esau? That's the white man. I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors he is not. So again, his money is spoiled. He can't hide anymore. The man of sin is being revealed. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come in a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, and the son of perdition. Okay, yeah, the son of destruction, which is Esau Edom, who oppose and exalt himself above all that is called Yahweh, that is worshipped, so that he, as Yahweh sit in the temple, let me read it verbatim, who oppose and exalt himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that that he is God. Sit in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And doesn't he do that with this science falsely so-called, okay, with his lies and deception, right? Because he wants the people to worship him, right? It says 8, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom Yahushua shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So how does the Lord, what is his mouth? His mouth is what the prophets, and it's consuming this place, putting it on fire, exposing who this devil is. 2 Thessalonians 2:9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. And that's what they're coming with. You have that fool that said that he's he loves being a cyborg, okay? And I was going to bring out some other videos, but we got the point. There was a lady, she was like, I'm happy to be a cyborg. I can't wait. Do you have people happy? And that most of them, they look like Edomites. Okay, this word lying.
Strong's G 5579. Pseudos.
Okay, so pseudos, right? It says a lie, a conscious and intentional falsehood. And don't we know that this is the right hand of falsehood? These strange children. It says right here, I want to get this point. It says, in a broad sense, whatever it is not what it seems to be. Okay? Yeah, so not what it seems to be. It seems like they want to help people, far as, people that are sick and things like that, but that's not the real thing. They want full control because they have a God complex. And that man of sin is being revealed. Ezekiel 28:2, son of man, I say unto the prince of Tyrus, said Yahweh Bashem Ashai, because thy heart is lifted up, thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet there are men and not God, though they set their heart at the heart of God. So they believe that they are the Most High, and that Tyrus is a reference to what Esau Edom, right? But only the elect's going to be able to attain this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, far as on what this devil is going to do, the mysteries and the secrets, right? Let's see. I have one more. Bear with me. Yep. And the vision is yet for a appointed time. At the end it shall speak. And this is speaking right now. Prophecy is speaking. Let me get this. 2 more scriptures. Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision, yet the judgment is yet for appointed time, but the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. It's here. Okay. And what is it doing? It's not tarrying. It's actually speeding up. And our job is what? Just to expose these devils. Do the work of Yahweh Shem Hashai and pray that we be counted worthy in the day of judgment. I think it's, what was that? Yeah, right here. Let me get a scripture before that. Let's see, Wisdom of Solomon. I was going to bring this out in the beginning. This is Wisdom of Solomon 1:8. Wisdom of Solomon 1:8. Therefore he speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, neither shall vengeance when he is punished pass by him. For the inquisition, and inquisition is a harsh testimony, intense testimony of what this devil is doing. And right now we're testifying of the things that this devil is doing by showing the evidence, right, on Esau Edom, the white man. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly. Who's the ungodly? The white man. And the sound of the word shall come unto Yahweh Shem Hashai for the manifestation of their wicked deeds. Okay, and these things are manifested. They're being made obvious. It says, but the ungodly, 16, but the ungodly men with their works and their words called it to them, for when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part with it. Okay. It says, let me read this again. But the ungodly men with their works, okay, their wicked deeds and works and words called unto them, for when they thought to have their friend, so they thought they had a friend of wisdom. Okay, but what? There's no more wisdom in Teman. They consume to naught. So that's what's going to happen with what? Their New World Order and their wicked schemes, their wicked deeds. They're going to be consumed to naught. And made a covenant with it. Yeah, they made a covenant with wickedness. It says because they are worthy to take part with it. Yeah, they're worthy to take part in what? Being wicked. Okay, coming against what? The apple of Yahweh Shem Hashai's eye, right? And right now it's reaching up to their government. So I'll end it right here. Deuteronomy 33:29. Happy art thou, Happy are thou, O Israel. So we're happy right now. We're rejoicing. Why? Because our Yahweh Shai is coming, right? Who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help? Who is thy sword of excellency? Who's that sword? That's Yahweh Shai. He's coming with that great sword. Matthew 10:34. He's not coming as that meek and lowly body. He's coming as in his full force and that angelic power. Right? Who is the word of excellency? And thy enemy shall be found liars unto thee. And that's what they'll be doing. They're found liars, that they're actually deceiving the whole world, but that they don't have no more wisdom. Okay, there's no more wisdom in Teman. And thy enemy shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. Yeah, the Lord's going to tread upon their high places, their mountaintops, and destroy what all their all their cash cows, all their their towers and their buildings. It's all going to be destroyed. Okay, bringing in the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yarashai. So with that, Call Yahweh Ba'Shem Yarashai, Ba'Shem Kakwadash, Shalom to the elect, Kwame Yashala.